Collectors and dealers from around the world are flocking to New York this week for Asia Art Week. It's an annual event that focuses on auctioning of pieces from a number of Asian countries. The Chinese pieces are slated to be some of the best sellers, and CCTV's Shraysi Tandon reports.
At $23,000 then, online bidder takes it against the phones, against the room. Are we all done at 23? Sold to the internet.
This Chinese snuff bottle is just one of many pieces commanding tens of thousands of dollars. And it's being sold at global auction house Bonham's, one of many auction houses taking part in Asia Art Week, a week-long event in New York that boasts the largest constellation of Asian art in the world. Over the years, wealthy collectors, immigrants, and diplomats have all brought Chinese artifacts to the U.S. in large numbers.
Well, the majority of the paintings as well as the furniture are from one private collection in Washington, D.C. And the collector was a diplomat with the State Department, and he started collecting Chinese art in 1947, ending his career as the Consul General to Guangdong for the United States in 1989.
There's a growing demand for Asian art throughout the U.S., and given the profusion of fakes that often flood the Chinese market, many American, European, and Asian buyers all flock to the United States because they trust the authenticity of the pieces that are sold here by U.S. collectors.
A lot of buyers from mainland China and Hong Kong, as well as Singapore and Taiwan, are very involved in the market, visiting us here in New York this week and buying with a great zeal.
Whether they're buying in New York or in other parts of the world, Asian purchasing power is hard to ignore. Asian buyers represent 27% of auction house Christie's global clientele. Last year, Christie sold $844 million worth of Asian art. Its rival Sotheby's sold almost $800 million, and Chinese auction house China Guardian racked up $940 million in sales last year. Most of it was Asian art.
In the 1980s, before China itself was open, it was more, the buyers were predominantly from the United States and Europe. Now what we see is that the buying pool has totally changed, and it's dominated by collectors and buyers from mainland China.
As thousands of Chinese buyers descend on New York looking to bid on the next treasure, art dealers say the best place to find and buy Chinese antiques isn't in China. It's right here in the U.S. Shraysi Tandon, CCTV, New York.